Hey there, so this is a gameplay with the infamous Olympia shotgun. I have to say this is a pretty hard gun to use. It took me a while to get a gameplay with it, so I wouldn't expect the best of standards for this kind of gameplay. Don't expect some kind of beast, absolute rape score. It's alright, it's not the absolute best though. You know, and the Olympia, despite what people say, is actually a pretty decent gun once you get the hang of it. According to the combat record, it's now my favourite gun. I have to agree, actually. It is actually extremely fun to use. There are a few different ways of using it. The one simple way is to use something like Ghost and a motion sensor and kind of camp in a building around a flag or something. The other really effective way I found of using it is to actually put on Sleight of Hand, and probably Lightweight is your first perk, and then whatever third perk you want, I'd probably go for Ninja. That's a nice way. In this game I'm using Steady Aim, which actually makes a really big difference to the range. Although I am trying to move around and help defend the flags, cap some other flags, all that good stuff. Because team players are awesome. So, I chose Flak Jacket because that was another requested thing. I haven't taken too much from the request polls, just because I know it's a hard gun to use. As much as I love it, I didn't want to make it too hard on myself, you know? But I took the requested Flak Jacket into account, which is a great pipe for domination, much better than Ghost in my opinion. I wanted to mix it up a bit, I didn't want to go for the obvious Sleight of Hand. I'll put on Steady Aim and see what it's like, and hopefully it will make for some entertaining gameplay. So you've seen from most of the kills so far that I actually aim to use this as a single-barreled gun. Treat it as if it only has one barrel most of the time. What I mean by that is, if you see a guy, don't just naturally fire both bullets into him. If you have picked Sleight of Hand, it's not so much of a problem, but it's a good habit to get into, really. But generally, like, because I have Steady Aim on, I know I've got that much more range. I mean, it's a big difference. You'll notice it clearly. And, but you see, like, even there's sometimes when I fire both just because I want to be absolutely sure. Or I'm not sure whether I'll actually get them or not. And, but really it's a case of getting used to the range of the Olympia and where it's going to kill or not. And there's no real way to describe that. Like, I can't say, you must be X and Y distance from so-and-so. Like, I can't point that out to you. You'd have to use it for yourself. And basically get a feel for the gun, I guess, is the best way to describe it. Secondary is the ASP. Now, I said in a live commentary somewhere that actually the pistols are pretty much the same in every way. Apart from like the obvious Python, which you all know is different. That's not true. I actually realised that the ASP, for example, is the quickest to draw and the quickest to reload. Watch the reload animation. That's without Sleight of Hand, that's ridiculously quick. It's extremely convenient with the Olympia, where a lot of your deaths will probably come from you shooting a guy, them dropping into second chance, and then finishing you off. Because obviously you won't be able to reload your Olympia in time if you don't have Sleight of Hand. So the ASP makes a nice choice for that. And also I tend to go with the Tomahawk as well, which is really nice for finishing off people in second chance. Like, that's one of the main reasons I don't even complain about that perk. Like, honestly, everyone else is complaining about it, like, everyone hates it at the moment. I really don't have a problem with it. There's quite a few ways you can deal with it, including pistols, tomahawks, all that good stuff. It just doesn't really bother me. Although they are bringing out a patch, which basically means that if you get a guy into last stand and, you know, someone else finishes them off, you still get the kill. Which is good, you know, fair enough, that if you deserve the kill because you put them into last stand. But where's the incentive for the guy who's coming along to see this guy in second chance? Where's the incentive to finish him off? I assume they just give you like an 80-point assist. Well, that's in TDM scores, obviously 14 domination. But I suppose it just kind of reverses what would normally happen in that kind of situation. So I guess there is some incentive, but like, also, the main problem with second chance for me is not the perk itself. Like, I don't have a problem with some guy dropping into second chance with a pistol. Most of the time they don't even kill me. If you're prepared for it, like, and you pull out your pistol or something, they're pretty easy to deal with. If they catch you off guard, then obviously they will get you. But in general, I'd say the main problem for me is the fact that they don't drop their primary gun. There's been loads of times when I've been really low on ammo, and I'll kill a guy, well, obviously it gets into second chance, finish him off, and there's no gun there except some shitty pistol, like a ASP, Makarov, or whatever. Which, you know, is not terrible in its own right, but when you're looking for a primary to replace whatever you have, it's not the kind of thing you want to see. And I don't see why they've done that. That's the only problem I have with that perk whatsoever. Like I said, I don't mind it in its own right. I know why they did it. It's a realism thing, because obviously they have the pistol, so you finish them off. It makes sense if they drop a pistol. Even so, it would be nice if they dropped the primary as well. I doubt they're going to implement that, but just an idea, you know? Right here's an example of a mistake. I went to reload the bullet, like, assuming I had enough time, but I really should have checked around the corner, because I could have easily finished that guy off with a second bullet there. That's why you get 2, you see? I mean, literally, that's probably the main reason most people stay away from the Olympia. You only get 2 before you have to reload. I guess if they had 3, it would be overpowered, though, so I don't recommend them doing that. I'd say it presents a nice, fun challenge in the game, so I'm glad they put it in. If you're a new subscriber wondering and looking for tips on how to get better, like how to get the best KD or whatever, honestly, don't even take note of my gameplays or tips. I'm not trying to go for a big KD or whatever. I do it purely for the fun. If I happen to get a good KD, great, I'll take it. But if you really want to get a good, absolutely solid score every game, I'm not the person to talk to, honestly. Oh, by the way, what do you think of my new Weepinbell emblem? I'm not the most artistic of people, I pretty much just improvised this, but let me know what you think. I think the Jigglypuff somewhat detracted from my manliness, so... Weepinbell is a very manly Pokemon, so that is why I switched it, obviously. This ending to the game isn't the most entertaining, I'm going to admit that now. The start was the reason I put it in, and actually I'm going to bolt on to the end of this, another clip I got from a different game. The end is basically me hiding from a hind, which I think they get in the care package or something. And luckily we do hold on to the C flag enough to actually win the game. But it wasn't the most entertaining endings. I'm basically just sitting in the building waiting for it to go away. I put my sentry gun up to basically guard the area around the B flag. I think they still managed to cap it somehow, but I don't know, maybe it wasn't watching it properly. Anyways, that's the ending of the game basically. So, if you have any more requests, if you are somewhat dissatisfied with this gameplay, feel free to vote again with something new or maybe the same thing, I don't really mind. The web polls are in the description of this video on my website, so go ahead, it's free, why not? Oh, by the way, this demolition game I spoke of a while back with the Dragon of ACOG and the Valkyrie rockets, I'm actually going to try for a better one. I thought it was a pretty slow-paced gameplay towards the end. It was kind of a demolition round where I was just defending for ages, and there's a lot of periods where it's just really slow and boring gameplay. So I thought, you know, I don't want to disappoint you guys, so I'm going to go for a better one sometime. I may still use it, but I'd like a more entertaining one. So, that was my final shot there. I didn't quite kill the guy, unfortunately, saved by the bell. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give a thumbs up, because thumbs up are good. And I leave you with this final score. 42-4 with 4 captures and 6 defends. Thank you for watching, guys. Goodbye.
Napalm strike coming in. Napalm strike awaiting orders. Securing C. Sentry gun ready for delivery. Mark the DZ. SR-71 ready for deployment. Our SR-71 in the air. Cobra on the way.